All right, yes, sir. We back with another episode of Rigged NFL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We got Week 16 edition, daytime on a Monday edition. Had to do something different. Got to get the vibe right. What I'm feeling with the music. What I want. I'm saying some Christmas. I ain't trying to hear no Christmas music right now. I don't know what the R&B junk was before, but I think I'm gonna go with that. Let me see. There we go. All right, what's good, Blue Pyro Tech? What's good with it, B-Mo Bird's Nest? What's good, Jack? What's good, Thomas? Can't forget Bronze, Flat Power Guy, Big B, all y'all in the building. Yeah, Week 16 started off with a meaningful Thursday night football game. We had the Chargers winning late against the Broncos, and usually Chargers and winning late don't go in the same sentence, but it did on Thursday. They both have a 9-6 record, and they both seem to be on the route to making the playoffs. I don't think the Bengals are gonna make a push to actually make the playoffs. They'll make things interesting at best. The Ravens, they got a chance to win the AFC North after they clapped the Steelers' cheeks on Saturday. And, of course, Kansas City beat the Texans. No surprise there. The Texans lose Tank Dell. He ended up going to the hospital. It's not looking good for Houston. They've been banged up all year. The Bengals ended up beating the Browns. I mean, that's not eventful. Myles Garrett becomes the youngest player in NFL history to record 100 career sacks. That's crazy. Michael P. out there at ATL. Michael P. looked good in his debut. Didn't have a touchdown pass. Obviously, I think he will next game. And he had one pick, but, I mean, it wasn't his fault. It was off the receiver's hands. The receiver basically gave the ball away. But the noticeable thing about Michael Penix compared to Kirk Cousins is the zip on the ball. Kirk Cousins got a noodle arm. Michael P, he throwing darts out there. And that's something that the Falcons have been missing the last couple of weeks, especially when Kirk Cousins was out here throwing these crazy interceptions or just not getting it done offensively. Obviously, no touchdown passes to show in the last, 4 games. The Colts almost let the Titans come back, but they held on to win. Cardinals, they get eliminated from playoff contention by losing to Carolina. We was off by a week. Thought Carolina was going to get a win against Dallas. No. Ended up getting that win against the Cardinals. And I was thinking they were going to make it, at least a little bit more interesting for the NFC West. They said, nah, we ain't going to do that. Niners cards out. This is down to the Rams and Seahawks in week 18. We already see where it's going, where it's headed. And Chuba Hubbard, that man's a dog. Eagles sold late so the Commies could win. Devontae Smith with the acting job on how he dropped the ball. Easy routine catch for him. Ends up dropping the ball. And as a result, Jane Daniels leads a touchdown winning drive for the Commanders. And with that, he pretty much sold up Rookie of the Year too. Offensive Rookie of the Year, that is. And I can see what they're doing since the Eagles lost this game. They're really setting up Detroit versus Minnesota week 18 for the first seed. And that should be a primetime game. They're stupid if they don't. The Jets suck. What else is new? The Vikings won thanks to Geno Smith, a late INT. Seahawks actually ended up leading that game late in the fourth quarter. But, Justin Jefferson came to big for him. And the Vikings ended up winning the game. And they go into the playoffs with Sam Darnold at QB. If he doesn't win Comeback Player of the Year, I'd be thoroughly surprised. The Bills, they won a close game against the Patriots. They glazed the shit out of Josh Allen. They said his interception was an arm punt. An arm punt. What the fuck is that? Any other quarterback do that, they getting crucified. But yeah, the Josh Allen glazing so he can get MVP is in full effect. It really should go to either Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, or Lamar Jackson. It shouldn't go to Josh Allen. That's not even up for discussion. The Finns, they still have a playoff chance, but they're not going to make it. And the Bucks, they lost in prime time to the Dallas Cowboys, who still have a chance at making the playoffs, which they're not. But crazier shit has happened. Baker has not done good in primetime games. He's like 0-9 now in primetime games. So, yeah, that makes the NFC South that much more interesting. They got Atlanta. They can still play for that spot because they won both games against Tampa, mind you. So it's pretty much Tampa's to lose. and they have the Saints and Bucks left. Excuse me, not the Saints and Bucks. The Bucks have the Saints and Panthers left. And you know how that first game went against Carolina for Tampa, ended up going into overtime. Let's see what the chat going on with, man. Let's see what we got. Said, fuck the Cards, washed ass team, messed up your parlay. Yeah, they too inconsistent. I wouldn't put any money on the fuck. But yeah, they too inconsistent. I wouldn't put my money on the Cards. They've been like that all year. Kind of like the Bengals. Except with the Bengals, they gonna score some points. It's a guarantee. If they lose because they gave up 35 plus points. All right. I'll Philly force 5 turnovers and still lose. What I'm saying, you got to be selling if you get 5 turnovers. There's no reason you should be losing. I think what was it, the Lions won when Jared Goff had 5 picks. Oh, and mind you, 5 touchdowns by Jaden Daniels too. Baker laid an egg in prime time. 0-7. I think 0-8 or 0-9 in prime time now. Baker Mayfield. Hurts and CJ when it Hurts had a concussion. Yeah, and they're like, nah, we got to put in Kenny Pickett. And we saw how that went. Russell lost in the game with that pick 6. Indeed, he did. First off, they shouldn't have even been in that position to begin with. That should have been Baltimore scoring. There's no reason you... For one, Bateman bailed on the route when Lamar threw that ball. Easy pick. And then the next drive, I was thinking that Pittsburgh was going to score to make it a little bit interesting, but nope, pick 6, Marlon Humphrey sealed the game. Because they really should have just been handing the ball off at that point anyway. Just give it to Derrick Henry. This nigga. Damn, make some snot come out my nose. You making it sound he's deciding not to use a casting. Nah, there ain't no casting couch, bro. Nah. So the irony of Baker Mayfield making a play just for it to get fumbled away. 2 Bakers, man. You get 1 or 2 Bakers. You might get the nigga with 300 passing yards. You might get the motherfucker with 160. Set up Washington versus Philly in a round 3 rubber match. Magnet balls all night on the Broncos game. That kick was weird too. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but they give you like a free field goal kick. Which really raises the question, why the fuck do more teams not do this shit? Because it makes it way easier for kickers. You don't have to worry about anybody trying to block it. This is like practice. This is like warm-ups for them if they do that shit. Like, honestly, if the Ravens was doing this a lot more, Justin Tucker wouldn't be missing nearly as many field goals. And really a lot of other kickers. Like, think about the Jets. They lost to the Broncos due to a missed field goal. Do that shit, you probably hit that and win the game. I'm curious if that becomes the norm. Like, more teams start to use it. Kind of like the Packers use that fake stumble play. That's where the Lions got the idea from. How they originally stumbled, the Lions that is, then the Packers did it. And then they decided we're going to actually make a play out of it. Same shit with the tush push. One team tried it, now a bunch of other teams tried. Kind of feel like 2022 Eagles, especially how the Commanders snapped their 10-game winning streak, that they had to play a backup quarterback towards the end of the season. Cowboys. Oh, yeah, that's right. They got eliminated before the game. That's right. How the Eagles technically ended the 49ers season, like how the Niners technically ended theirs last season. And the year before that, too. Actually, no, it was the other way around. New Orleans was supposed to be in the Super Bowl, and New Orleans would have been the best. No, the fuck it wouldn't. Nobody wants to see Derek Carr's sorry ass at quarterback. That was not happening. I don't know why the fuck people thought the Saints was finna do something. They had the worst head coach in the NFL, and your quarterback is Derek Carr. He is like a shittier version of Kirk Cousins, and he can't stay healthy for shit. That was never gonna happen. Same thing with with Kirk Cousins, he was never going to lead the Falcons to the Super Bowl. I don't know why people thought that shit. I think Pittsburgh is. You remember the last time the Chiefs lost the game that was on Christmas. It was last year against the Raiders, and they shouldn't have lost to the Raiders. I think they're going to fuck around and lose this game to make KC's next game mean that much more for that 1 seed. Because, Buffalo holds the tiebreaker if they were to have the same record. But I do think KC finishes 15-2. That's why Lamar don't trust Bateman sometimes. Yeah, he inconsistent. If he on, he really on. But if he off, nah. You're not ruling out the Rams making a run. Nah, man, they've been doing their thing. They're one of the teams that was quietly getting hot, but they not so quiet anymore because they didn't have some primetime games, so the attention and focus has been there. Right, exactly. It's this same shit with him every year. He always got a high ankle sprain at some point. If not that, he got a knee issue. And he be no limp during the game. Now sometimes he'll forget he's supposed to be limping and he'll start limping again, like he did in the Jaguars game. Things did play pretty good. Hell yeah, he did. To be fair, it's the Giants though. I'm gonna say that. I'm not saying he gonna be bad, but hey, he doing his thing, and it seems like they found their quarterback in Atlanta. It's crazy you had to overpay for Kirk when you ended up drafting Penix anyway, but knowing he was gonna play in the first year, I think they can take the AFC North. Everybody lined up the Giants for real. If they weren't competitive, I would have said Carolina got to win against the Giants, but Carolina been competitive the past 6-7 weeks or so. So I can't knock on them the same way because they're gonna be better next year. While see getting the 1 seed for both conferences, looks like it's down to the Bills, the Chiefs, Vikings, and Lions. I think the Lions still get it. Kyle Pitts might be watched. Kyle Pitts don't give a damn. That's what that is. He had 1 year where he had over 1,000 yards receiving. That was because Matt Ryan was quarterback. After that, I mean, to be fair, he's had Desmond Ridder, the dude last name after beer, Heineke, Kirk Cousins. Yeah. So it's a combination of, man, I get all these shitty ass quarterbacks. I'm kind of over this shit. But yeah, he ain't helping this case by not trying and half-assing on plays. But Josh Allen may have a little hand injury. Man, let me find out this one of his fake injury just to make it seem like he's worthy of the MVP, man. He was playing with an injured hand and threw for 350 yards and had 5 touchdowns. They finna glaze the shit out of him no matter what he do. He can finish the game with 60 passing yards. They'll find some bullshit to glaze Josh Allen about. Saints get a black QB back in the Super Bowl. I highly doubt that, Chopper City. Y'all sold y'all soul for that Hurricane Katrina Super Bowl win. Oh, I already talked about that, man. I already said that's bullshit. It should be Henry, Lamar, or Saquon. Should not be Josh Allen. Not all of them. It's just overall bad development. Like from the top down, this ain't just an NFL thing. This is something you see in college, something you see at the youth level too. It's just bad development. Kind of like the AAU with the American-born NBA players. It's a lot of bad development and shit going on based on how the system is. But yeah, I'd say a lot of quarterbacks that transfer to a lot of schools, especially now with the transfer portal, that are viewed as these high top draft picks, those are the ones that usually struggle if they're going from school to school to school. Usually if you go to like 2 schools, turn out good. Like Penix, he went to 2 schools. Bo Nix, 2 schools. But if you constantly just transferring because you just can't keep winning the starting job, that's probably a sign that you ain't the guy. And you're always going to different coaches which have different styles. So you're never going to get any consistent coaching to improve. I thought that was some NBA shit. When I saw that, I was like, what? Would be surprised if the Skins went to the Super Bowl odd with a rookie black quarterback. I don't know. I don't know about that one now. I highly doubt that. They might make some noise in the playoffs, but I don't know about that. Because I know they can start using Redskins again, too. For, like, older apparel. The Chiefs Packers Super Bowl, that's what I think. The Panthers are kind of similar to the 2021 Lions also. Yeah. They're not at that 8-8 or 9-8, 8-9 stage they was at the year they lost to the Packers. But yeah, Carolina I think is in that same trajectory, assuming they get things right in free agency and their owner isn't super impatient on pulling the trigger on firing coaches. Because he's done that before. He did it last year. So free kick hasn't been done in 50 years. You have to call a timeout while time expiring on a fair catch for it to be in effect. There have been plenty of teams in that position that should have did this shit then. But it would be a motherfucker like Jim Harbaugh to think of some shit like that. Mahomes pulling a fake move with the Gilbert Arenas. Fake injury. Told people Josh Allen is better than Lamar. No, he's not. He's never been better than Lamar. They'll definitely give him the MVP. The way they reframed that interception tells me everything I need to know. They even tried to hide that shit from the stat line. When they were showing his stats, they showed the touchdown. It was like 154 passing yards. They didn't show the interception he threw. So yeah, that's bullshit. He's never been better than Lamar. What's good, HDTV? What's up with you, man? Shout out to my boy. Subscribe to his channel. This man stay dropping content consistently, whether it be comics, superhero reviews, movie reviews, TV reviews, NFL, NBA, WNBA, you name it, college football, all that shit. Hasn't been a repeat winner of the NFC East in forever. You could honestly see the Eagles losing to the Cowboys next week because the Cowboys eliminated and they could play spoiler. Then the Giants will slow down with that Giants shit. Yeah, I doubt that. I highly doubt that part. Cowboys, yeah, maybe, but the Giants, no. The Giants gonna get clapped up. So how can Lamar be MVP if he get look at that nigga stat line and get back to me? And Lamar don't play defense, by the way. I don't know if you know, quarterbacks usually play just offense. NFC West, East, and South have all been in the past few Super Bowls. Niners, Eagles, Rams, and Bucks. NFC North is due to make the Super Bowl. Yeah, they are. That's why I say the two teams I'm looking at out there is Minnesota and Green Bay. Because again, they talk about Minnesota a little bit more, but they quiet as shit about the Packers. They've been talking all fucking year about the Lions, which they were doing last year too. No other teams in the NFC I really see. Maybe Philadelphia, but that's really about it. The Rams, that's another team people ain't talking about either. Thought the Colts was finna choke their game away. Shit. Knowing the Colts, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But you gotta remember, it's the Titans. It's the Titans, man. Jags been at least top 5 in draft picks this decade, like 3 times at the latest, or at the least. They never got it right at quarterback. Damn, they getting killed. How you get a home game and a bowl game and get killed 21-0? Goddamn Roadrunners. But yeah, they never really got that quarterback situation right. They haven't had that right since what? I ain't even gonna say Blake Bortles, even though they went to the AFC Championship, but more like what's homeboy name? David Garrard, that was probably the last one they had. And then before him, Leftwich. And it still didn't yield a lot of success. Yeah, exactly. And then head-to-head, how'd that go for Buffalo against Baltimore? And if I don't want the Raiders to have the first pick, of course, the last time they had the first pick, they ended up with what? Jamarcus Russell. And we know how that story went. And they paid him all that money, too. That's what really hurt them. They handcuffed themselves by doing that. Same way the Giants did with Daniel Jones. They paid him all that fucking money off of one playoff win when they've been average at best in years prior. Said 3 Lion King movies, 94. Goff was born, 2019. His first Super Bowl appearance in the worst, most boring Super Bowl in NFL history. 2024 Goff Super Bowl this year, but you know if you usually lose the first Super Bowl appearance, you don't make it back. Now, if you won, came back and lost, then you might come back, but nah. Say Goff is the Lion King. Mark Brunell was good too. Kenny Pickett gonna pull a Nick Foles 2.0 versus the Chiefs? No, the fuck he's not. I think the Broncos could lose out though. They last 2 games, I know they got Kansas City, which I think they're gonna lose to the Chiefs. And then next week they have not the Raiders. Who the fuck do they have? The Bengals. Yeah, that's a big game. 4:30. No, I think Denver gonna win. I think Cincinnati gonna get eliminated. There we go. There we go. Mark Brunell is the only Jags QB to go consistently to the AFC Championship. Exactly. Damn, all the QBs from the 2021 draft are trash. There's a lot of draft classes in recent years with quarterbacks where most of them are trash. It's because a lot of them always get hit with, this is a generational talent. He's the next Patrick Mahomes or whatever they say, whoever the top quarterback is, or who they just slightly can market him like, whether it be off appearance or playing style from a casual sports fans perspective. That's like what they say about Jaden Daniels. Oh, he's like Lamar. No, the fuck he's not. Nigga's a pocket passer who happens to know how to run, and they implement that in the offense. But they see, yeah, he's black, got braids, dreads, or whatever. In Maryland, just like Lamar, let's push him like that. Say the Vikings are fugazi. Nah, the Vikings solid, dog. I don't know what you talking about. A little late for the Bengals defense to lock in. Yeah, like I said before, if you lose in this many games, this many close games throughout the year, you not finna turn around. If you ain't turned around at the halfway point, you not finna turn around now. So no. You don't want Josh Allen to have the MVP. You want the Super Bowl ring and the Super Bowl MVP. And yeah, if you win the MVP and your name ain't Mahomes, you not winning the Super Bowl. Mac Jones fall off. When was he ever at the top? What the fuck he fall off from? You can't fall off from the valley. It don't make no sense. And he played with the Patriots with nothing to work with. His whole development was fucked. What the hell did you think was gonna happen? Like, they saw, oh, he can't run and he white. He's next Tom Brady. Fuck, he not. No. They want Cincy to beat Denver this week to keep everyone alive. I see what you're saying. I mean, like how they did in the NFC, they basically just got rid of a lot of teams they could have kept alive still. Like, they could have kept Arizona in the mix and had them beat Carolina because Carolina's already eliminated. Same with Dallas. They end up winning, but they got eliminated. So I think they're going to end up doing that too with the AFC. I have no hope for the Dolphins because they got to play in 2 cold weather stadiums in the next weeks, Cleveland and New Jersey. Said Jaden Brady. It's a 2024 and 2020 NFL draft class, so the only ones that actually have had some good quarterbacks. What's good, Mookie? What's up with you? Bro, that's not saying shit now. Gardner Minshew went to the Pro Bowl last year. That ain't saying shit nowadays. Because, quarterbacks get hurt. They make it to the Super Bowl, so you got to get a reserve. That's all that is, bro. That don't say shit like it used to. Sam Donald went from seeing ghosts with the Jets to going to the playoffs with the Vikings. Yeah, that's what happens whenever you play for the Jets. First off, what quarterback has had success with the Jets? I'll wait. They have a future Hall of Fame quarterback right now. Still can't win. It's the Jets, man. And he didn't have shit to work with. A bad defense, a bad offensive line. Adam Gase is his head coach. Yeah, that's a recipe for failure. And then he was a journeyman for what? Panthers, Niners, and now he finally found a team that actually has some fucking pieces around him. And it's crazy. He only gonna be here for a year, and then he's gonna go to another team that might not be in as good of a situation, but he'll get more money. Yeah, it ain't looking good for Purdy. His contract year, all his infinity stones are missing. Kind of seems like the NFL is kind of getting more straight to the point this year, for the most part. Don't expect that every single year, though. Jonathan Taylor 3-touchdown game was crazy. Zacchaeus and Jamison Crowder had 2 TDs, 2 tutties. Love Hurts. I see what you did there. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. You finna go to college, man. I'm curious, what school you going to? Who recruiting you? Mike Jones hit the gritty. Who wasn't, bro? Mike Gesicki was hitting the gritty, and it was terrible. Joe Namath, the only Jets QB that had success. Super Bowl-wise, yes. If you look at Joe Namath's stats, he is the most mediocre-ass stats. You'd be like, this nigga is not that good of a quarterback, which he really wasn't. But they know a lot of people aren't going to go back to that point in time and really dissect that shit. They're just going to see, oh, he won the Super Bowl and assume he had a great career. Exactly. Who really wants to stay with the Jets? Who really wants to stay with that shit-ass organization? Brock is the new version of Alex Smith. North Carolina A&T, that's what's up. How you liking it? I forgot what part of North Carolina is that. I know it ain't Hickory. It's what's North Carolina A&T? North Carolina A&T. Greensboro. Okay. Greensboro. But even Tom Brady's giving Lamar's props. That's got to mean something. That, and I mean, who was voted the most overrated player going into the season? Josh Allen, and that was by his peers. That went by the media. So, and that's another thing that makes for a good storyline that Josh Allen won MVP, even though he was viewed as the most overrated going into the year. Which doesn't change the fact he still is. You know, it's funny is Baltimore pulls the Colts when they had the worst defense that year. I remember that. It'd be nice if they did fuck around and make a run, but I doubt it. So they lining up the Bengals. Bro, the Bengals ain't finna make the playoffs. That's like how they did the Lions, where it seemed like it was a lock that they were gonna make it because they went on that late run and ended up losing to the Packers. I think it was they lost to the Packers. And it was like the last game of the year's prime time and all that shit a couple years ago before this past year where they went to the NFC Championship. I read that. I don't know how true that is. I feel like that's one of those memes that just sounds like some shit the Jets would do and people would just take it and run with it. Travis Hunter is a goofy. That is facts. That is facts. ESPN hyping up the Chiefs 3-peat. Yeah, they've been doing that shit since the end of last year when they won. They was already talking about a 3-peat. Yeah, I can't remember the last time they rebuilt fully. Most underachieving coach, Shanahan or McCarthy? I mean, Shanahan's been to the Super Bowl multiple times. McCarthy has Jerry Jones as an owner. Oh, that's tough. I'll say for what they have, Shanahan. For what they have as a team and the number of opportunities they've had to make it to the Super Bowl and win it, I'm going to go with Shanahan. That's a lose-lose situation. You coach Dallas, you play for Dallas, you know what it is. You got the owner who wants to run the show. If Jerry could, he would grab the headset and stand on the sideline and call the plays. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that one day in the future. Just Jerry Jones just leave his press box. Next thing you know, the camera pans. This nigga is standing right by the head coach. Head coach takes off his headset and hands it to Jerry Jones, and he calls the play. And it'd be funny if it was an interception too. If Pittsburgh wins the North, you could have a rematch with the Bills, or you could see Ravens and Bills in a rematch, which they talked about at the end of that game in the Sunday Night Football game. They mentioned that. Not gonna be Colts or Dolphins. Yeah, the Colts are cooked. And the Dolphins, they fucked that up at the beginning of the year. I don't think they leave Denver out though. After this many years, I don't think they're gonna leave Denver out. Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't give it to him, honestly. Yeah, this year's flown the fuck by. If the Vikings went out to the number 1 seed, yeah, that second loss that the Lions had, that shit hurt them, man. That shit hurt them. But I think Philly's loss really hurt them the most. Or should I say hurt themselves the most. So yeah, the Lions got San Francisco next. And it's a 1 p.m. That's even crazier. That should be flex, but it's a 1 p.m. game on week 18 against the Vikings. Yeah, they need to flex that shit. I don't know what they got as the primetime game, but flex whatever that shit is out for Minnesota and Detroit. He traded for Lance, fucked that up, then traded him away for lesser than what they got for McCarthy, who has zero control because Jerry Jones is a fucking tyrant who likes to measure penis size, allegedly. And he said he's going to go Kyle Shanahan, aka not his father. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that whole Trey Lance situation has been botched. It's ridiculous. Do I see some ref stuff happening with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Is the sky blue? Colts been cooked. That's because they don't rebuild. They've been trying to put a band-aid over shit. And then while they've had other issues on the team or other deficiencies, it's like, well, if we just get a quarterback who's kind of decent enough, that'll be a stopgap, kind of. While they got Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. It's like we ain't gonna do complete trash, but we gonna almost make the playoffs. Plug them in real quick. And now they actually tried to go after a franchise guy, but this guy just happens to be a full-fledged project. They had to go with the most inexperienced quarterback. Do the Bucks sneak in, and does it go to Atlanta? Whew. I do have a funny feeling about that not New Orleans game, but Tampa Bay and Carolina game. I don't know. I got a funny feeling about that shit. I'm still gonna say Tampa wins, but still, I wouldn't sleep on the Panthers in that game. As for Atlanta, they got the Commanders, so they got to worry about that shit. Michael Penix versus Jaden Daniels, black rookie QB matchup. That's real smart that they did that. That's real smart that the Falcons sat Kirk Cousins for Penix in his prime time too. That's actually really smart, because I know people in the Discord were talking about they didn't like this game as prime time. At face value, I felt the same way, but now it's like, nah, keep this shit prime time. And then the Falcons have in Week 18 the Panthers, who the Panthers played spoiler last year to the Falcons, if you remember. So yeah, that Panthers team I think is gonna play spoiler to one of those two. They gonna split both of those games. The Panthers, that is. Well, I'm thinking to Travis, man, I already talked about this shit a good amount, man. Travis, I'm gonna say Travis gonna find out for himself. That's all I'm gonna say. Sad but true. Raiders sold by winning. Raiders can't do shit right, I swear. That Carson Wentz the only reason Trey Lance got drafted in the first place. Carson Wentz was his own worst enemy too in Philadelphia. So he ain't listen to coaches, he ain't listen to teammates. Kind of like a me type of player. People really believe KC gonna three-peat. I mean, shit, you can go through the comments on past videos. There's a lot of people that are gung-ho that KC gonna repeat, and it's gonna be Detroit and Kansas City. I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna three-peat. They can make it back to the Super Bowl for sure. What's up, Big Pontiac OG in the building? What's good with you? So the Ravens go when they struggle in the regular season. That is true. Best running back story this year, Saquon or King Henry? It's hard not to say Saquon. He's from Pennsylvania. He was playing, and he went to the opposing team, one of their rivals. And I mean, Derrick Henry, that shit just makes sense. Like, Derrick Henry is the perfect running back for the Ravens' running mentality and all that shit. And you get a thunder and lightning with Lamar and Derrick Henry, with a little bit of the extra passion game with Justice Hill. Things gonna be a while until the Eagles are terrible because they be making wild trades happen somehow. Yeah, they make a lot of good moves in the off season as far as free agency goes. They undoing is Nick Sirianni can't play call for shit. I talk about the Bengals. Yeah, we talked about the Bengals already. Say Detroit or the Vikings versus the Bills. You think it's the year a new team wins their first one? It's hard. It's hard to see the Bills beating the Chiefs in the playoffs because they just don't do it. As far as the NFC goes, yeah, I say Minnesota. I'm still saying the Packers though, because they just talking too much about the Lions. They pushing them way too much. It's like last year they pushed the living hell out of the Ravens and the Niners. Because remember, the Chiefs were struggling because they had receivers who couldn't catch for shit. And they weren't getting nearly as many beneficial calls from the ref that they have this year. The Chiefs Ravens in a rematch of the AFC Championship game. Baltimore wins, winning the Super Bowl only if Lamar doesn't win MVP. Yeah, he ain't winning MVP this year. Best rookie, Jaden Daniels. It's looking like a pretty bright future for the rookie quarterbacks. The only one we don't know anything about is JJ McCarthy because he got injured before the season. But yeah, Drake May isn't bad. He's just with the Patriots. Jaden Daniels is obviously good. Bo Nix, Michael Penix. Yeah, this has been a decent draft class for quarterbacks, or so it seems. So if Randy Moss has cancer, the Vikings could be going to the Super Bowl. And let's not forget they had a dude die. Kyrie Jackson died before the season. Honestly, there's a whole lot of stories with the Vikings they could push for I don't even want to call them a Cinderella team because shit, they only have 2 losses. But it's sort of it's like a feel good story like the Nick Foles with the Eagles. And the fact of who they beat. Lions win week 18, Sunday Night Football versus Minnesota. Go 15-2 in the winner. The Rams and Vikings will upset Philly in the divisional. You don't see 2 winless, Super Bowl winless teams making the Super Bowl, especially if they have them losing. And also I have to bring up the revenue again. About where teams land, where a lot of your teams that are in the top 5 or 6 usually are shitty teams. The league doesn't need them to do good because they just gonna pull the profit in anyway. Like the Raiders, they're in Vegas. It sells itself. The Cowboys sell themselves. The Patriots, that's all off of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and that dynasty. The Giants ain't a big market. The Niners, large market, consistently been going to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game for I don't know how many years now. Jets, large market again. Miami, large market. Philadelphia. That's usually where it kind of starts. Philadelphia, and then I call it the sandwich from 11 to 21. Usually all those are all playoff contending teams. Houston, Green Bay, Washington, Denver, Seattle, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, KC. KC gonna climb even higher too. Minnesota, Tampa. And then on the back end, you do have some playoff teams. But if you notice, these are teams, if they went to the Super Bowl, they lost, and they probably going to go back for a while. Bengals, they've been to 2 Super Bowls, ain't won. Cardinals went to 1. We know how that goes, or how it went. Bills. Mind you, this is after they had all this success last year. Them and the Lions, neither of those 2 teams are going to generate enough revenue if they won the Super Bowl for the NFL. That's the problem. Same reason the Bengals didn't win, too. It made more sense to have the Rams win. Shit, it's their home stadium. First year they had people in it. And you need to solidify who the real LA team is, which everybody know damn well it ain't no fucking Chargers. Like I said, they the Clippers. The fuck is SpongeBob doing? I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that's my thing about the Lions and the Bills specifically. Yeah, they need, as long as he's protected, he'll be straight. What else? He's a pocket quarterback too, so. Chiefs Packers Super Bowl 1 rematch, Bart Star Award number 15, MVP Mahomes number 15. So the Ravens can push the Jacoby Jones narrative. The Ravens have had players die or be unalived for the past 3 to 4 years, and they still ain't winning shit. It's gonna be a while until the Giants have a true black quarterback. I don't even know when the last time they had a true black quarterback as their main starter. Because I'm not counting Tyrod Taylor. That's different. NFL, that's obviously John. John's had better success. Bengals winning Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco, bro. The Bengals ain't winning shit. Bro got decodes. Yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't think they're gonna win. Cincinnati, hell no. We didn't come to see you, Otis. Chargers and Clippers, for real, bro. Like they not the team. They not the team. Jones and the Cowboys are turning to the old Lions. Doesn't matter if they win or not. He's always wants the highest paid QB as a show pony. Exactly. It's all just a show for Jerry Jones. As long as there's butts and seats and Cowboys jerseys are being sold and Cowboys hats, that's all that matters for Jerry. He don't give a damn about no Super Bowl. He already got his. Packers winning either this year. I think either this year or next year. Because I know, what is it? They won 13 years apart. The Packers Super Bowls have. Or at least with the last two franchise quarterbacks. And then there's also another one. If they were to win next year, it would be what all three of them would have won in a 6-year. Favre, Rodgers, and Jordan Love, 666. What's good, Kiko? What's up with you, man? So what happened to the Vols, man? They didn't show up. That's what happened. That shit was terrible. Awful. The first round as a whole was kind of awful, besides the beginning of the Texas and Clemson game. But even then, awful. Round 2 better be better. Because they didn't try to justify this 12-game playoff shit for years. It would be dumb of them not to take advantage of it in some way, shape, or form in the bowl game rounds and shit. The cat teams are cursed. 49ers since 95 have lost 3 straight Super Bowls and 5 NFC Championship games. That's insane. Matt LaFleur. Yeah, I like Matt LaFleur as a coach. Same with the Lions. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know why niggas trying to push this shit that the Bills gonna win the Super Bowl and that they not. They not. It's cool they get a new stadium, but they not. They not. What the Falcons do after they got a new stadium? Nothing. They not. They can give Josh Allen a couple MVPs though, for sure. Favre won Super Bowl 31, lost 32. Rodgers won 45. How about Tomlin getting the QB position and having success? Yeah, that's a weird situation. Like, what are they going to do when Russ is gone? Because they were winning with Justin Fields. The offense wasn't as good. And then they come in with Russ and they win more. And the offense improves. Phil Simms was the OG Giants quarterback. Yeah, he was. I think he went 24-27 in the Super Bowl when he played. I think when they won, and apparently he said he didn't even know. Like, they asked him, like, did you know you was doing that good in the game? Like, he went on this hot streak. He was like, nah, I was just playing. Then the Packers 3-peat back in the day. That's why you have them in the Super Bowl. That's like pre-Super Bowl era. Like, NFL championships don't count. Like, all that shit the Browns won, that shit don't count. Nobody rocking Burrow. That's crazy. Well, I mean, it's the Bengals, but still, like, Bengals got some fire-ass jerseys, especially that orange one with the stripes. That shit clean as fuck. I hate the Bengals, but they got some fire-ass jerseys. Like that, the black unis with the orange pants, bro, that shit fresh. But yeah, I don't see people rocking Burrow shit. Granted, yeah, in Tennessee, you're going to see most people rocking Titans gear. I see some Raven shit, too, because we get people from moving in from Baltimore and stuff here, too. And going to UT from Maryland. And yeah, I don't see a single soul with a Josh Allen jersey. Exactly. And that's more for Jerry Jones' ego anyway. The place called Jerry World. Eagles and Lions had their winning streak stop 1 week, back-to-back weeks. So the Vikings winning streak will stop against the Lions. Lions will keep that 1 seed, in my opinion. Is he really not in the Hall of Fame? I swore Phil Simms was in the Hall of Fame. What? How the hell is he not in the Hall of Fame? That's crazy. That I never knew that. I always assumed Phil Simms was in the Hall of Fame. That is wild. Shit. Damn. That is wild. I did not know he was not in the Hall of Fame. Shit, Steve McNair should be in the Hall of Fame too. But I don't think he'll ever get in because of the way he died. Said they won the NFL championship before the Super. Yeah, the NFL championships don't count. NFL ain't allowing no black nigga from Florida with grills to unseated. Exactly. Who hangs with street niggas allegedly. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. But I think the Texans beat the Ravens. Honestly, no. It'll be a closer game than the Texans against the Chiefs, but I don't think so. I'm really surprised he really isn't in the NFL Hall of Fame. That is crazy. Said Chris Sims ruined his legacy. That ain't got shit to do with him. That's wild considered. Oh, he a cowboy for one. Like, that's different. Multiple Super Bowl winner and you play for the Cowboys. That screams Hall of Fame. No, Phil Simms should be. That's absolutely insane. I don't think they're gonna be 2 upsets though. There might be 1, but I don't think 2. Shit, this past week neither of them was an upset, or should I say Saturday? Chiefs favorite ended up winning. Ravens were favored, ended up winning the game. I don't think they both gonna get upset. Well, I think the scriptwriters have for Shedeur Sanders. Will he be favored like Prime? If he goes to a shitty team like the Raiders, he might put up decent numbers at best, but if he's playing with the Raiders, they still gonna suck. Same applies if he goes to the Giants. I think they still gonna suck. But he'll definitely be in commercials. I mean, he's already in commercials now, but he'll definitely be in commercials for sure. Bengals with the white and gray unis. Are you talking about them all whites with the white helmet and shit? That shit fire. I said they probably got the best looking uniforms in the NFL for real. Green and I like orange because Tennessee, but that shit fresh. Who between Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen, that is, Justin Herbert, Stroud, ever win a Super Bowl in Mahomes' shadow? Let's see, Burrow already went, didn't win. I don't think him. Lamar, we just talked about why. Doesn't have an NFL agent. That's another reason too. Josh Allen, this would be his best year to do it if he don't do it now. I really don't think he's gonna do it, period, in Buffalo. If he ever win, it's gonna be on some Matt Stafford shit where he gotta go to a different team. Justin Herbert, he plays for the Chargers. That's not happening. CJ Stroud with the Texans giving the Texans a Super Bowl. I don't know about that. I think he'll be fine if they get him some protection. But yeah, Justin Herbert, as long as he stay with the Chargers, no. I can see it. He's safe for marketability wise over Lamar for obvious reasons we went through. Yeah, them all whites is fresh too. The Vikings got them icy whites. The Steelers have to win, you think, because they have to stay in the 3rd seed. Baltimore, what? Damn. Baltimore matches up with the Texans again in the playoffs, you think? In a rematch of last year. I think NFL will be a future. But do I think in the future NFL will be streaming games on Netflix, or is this a one-off? They're going to do it more. They've already did it with the Peacock shit where they had the game in Brazil, I think. Was that Peacock? Or that might have been Fox, actually. But they've done this before with Peacock. When they had Peacock exclusive games like they did in the playoffs with the Dolphins and Chiefs. They're going to do this shit more. They ship both games on Netflix on Christmas. Because you see, I keep getting all these emails about YouTube TV and NFL Game Pass or whatever, NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Yeah, they trying to push you to them streaming platforms. Look, they put shit on Amazon Prime. They got shit on Hulu. Yeah, that's what they trying to go towards. Shit, you see WWE Raw, they moving to Netflix on January 6th. So they're gonna try to put paywalls behind shit, as if, you know, third-party websites don't exist. But yeah, they trying to paywall certain shit, certain big-time games too, if you notice. The Ravens win the division. They definitely losing in the division though. We will see. Shout out to GRZ23. We say the Steelers last good season, though they probably lose 9 or 10 from Mike Thomas' 20th season. I think they're gonna keep winning, or having, like, you know, he keep having winning records or records that never fall below 500. I think that's just gonna be the norm for him. I think the Saints have the best color combo, that black and gold. That shit's tough. I think it's just too. It's not enough. I don't know. I don't think there's enough stripes, enough designs on them. Except for those like color rush ones they had, with just like the black helmet with like the little Saints logos and shit on the little gold ones. That shit fresh. Things like white with white pants and a black helmet or something. I don't think he gonna be like Pete Carroll and win both. I think he gonna bring him to relevancy, but that's about it. What's the rules of chaining uniforms? I don't know of any rules as far as what you can and can't do. I guess number placement. They probably have like a standard template where numbers have to be either on your shoulder or either on top of your shoulder pads on the sides or something like that, or just none, period. But I don't think there's any like crazy rules about it. Because I mean, hell, look at the Seahawks. They got green highlighter jerseys and shit. So clearly they don't give a fuck that much. Panthers are the best colors and combos. You think that black and that powder blue, baby blue, whatever? They got some fresh jerseys for sure. Jags with the teal. It's better than that ugly shit they had with the black helmet on one half and gold on the back. That shit was ugly than a bitch. I don't know what the fuck they thought. Say he left due to scandals in Michigan. Hell yeah. When the block hot, he dipped. Same shit Pete Carroll did. The block got hot. He was like, nah, I'm going to the NFL. I don't know what y'all got going on in USC, but I'm about to coach the Seahawks. Shit, Lane Kiffin did that at Tennessee. There was a bunch of like recruiting infractions and all this shit. That nigga said, nah, y'all can have fun with that. I'm going to USC and I'm trying to steal some of these players away too. And karma bit him in the ass when he went to USC too. YouTube TVs went up to $83 plus. God damn. I think I had a friend who had YouTube TV, and it was like basically the same channels you would get with damn near any other service. And there's plenty of like, not necessarily for football or basketball, but they do have for sports. What they call it shit, Freevee and Pluto TV, where they got all these different channels and shit. And they got some where you can find like they got dirt racing and shit, like local dirt racing type shit, motocross, if that's your thing. They got all type of shit. I found some shit on 7-on-7 football, got its own channel. Said Kodak was high as hell on the news here in Baltimore after the Ravens beat the Steelers. Think they'd show him at the Super Bowl? I don't know, maybe. I mean, shit, if they're showing Meg Thee Stallion and she twerking in every video, and Ice Spice and she talking about munching on this other shit, Kodak ain't the craziest thing, but the NFL and Kodak Black, I don't know. Because he done been locked up so many times, I doubt it. If it was a one-off thing, it'd be different, but this nigga in and out the news for getting arrested too many times for guns and drugs and all type of shit. Hell no. That's some shit you're gonna have to find on social media. OG Jags logo and jersey combo was fire. Logo was fire, but the jersey, they were too plain to me. You remember when the Steelers had those prison stripe jerseys and those ugly ass bumblebee shits? I hated them bitches. The Steelers got a bunch of ugly ass pass jerseys, like retro shit. Trash. They color rush is fire though. Yeah, I saw that shit. She looked bony as hell now. I never thought she was really all that to begin with, but I was like, ugh. Rams had a Mustang yellow jersey. I done seen that. Yeah, the Ram shit, it looks like some shit a kid made. I ain't got a better way. It's like a kid got a hold of some gel pens and he found a t-shirt somewhere and was like, I'm gonna make the Rams jersey real quick. Not as long as he played for the team he played for. Hell no. Hell no. Lucky for him, that division kind of weak. The only teams he really got to worry about is Houston. And then, Indy going to be like an average team at best, and the Titans are the Titans. But nah, they kind of fucked. All right, man, 2-minute one. I'm going to be on here 2 more minutes. Then I'm going to dip up out of here. That wasn't even the Titans jerseys. I know what you talking about, the Jags color rush when they had the mustard junks. Them hoes were ugly. I know exactly what you talking about. Them bitches ugly as shit. I was like, who the fuck thought this was good? Because this when like the color rush shit just started and they did. The debut was the Bills in the red jerseys versus the Jets with green jerseys. And the biggest thing was people who were colorblind, which I didn't know this at the time. Couldn't tell the difference between the teams because colorblind people can't differentiate red from green. And on top of that, the football field is green. And I think it was in New York, and their end zones is green. So they couldn't tell who the fuck was doing what. You can go to Michael or Joann's and make the Steelers Bumblebee jerseys. What? Vikings, Seahawks, and Commanders versus Eagles was games of the week, even though Kenny P played in the second half after Hurts got concussed. I remember Minshew magic for like 5 games. It's like Fitz magic. It lasts for 4 or 5 games, and he starts going back to being average. I don't think his draft's not gonna get hurt of this because it's not like he got any legal issues. He ain't get arrested for none of this shit. It's not like it involves any drugs. And it's not as bad as or embarrassing as the Manti Te'o situation, where it was clearly humiliation ritual. It's just one of them things where like we see where this is headed. I don't think I've ever heard Deion say she's been a locker room distraction or anything like that, but yeah, she's been a problem around media-based events for sure. Appreciate it, man. Merry Christmas to you too. Wait, how you have a modded Fire Stick and you get all this shit, but you gotta pay for it? That don't even make no sense. I thought the point of modding the shit was so you can get it for free. Won't turn enough of a profit. Nope. Would not turn enough of the profit for the league. Eagles had a similar performance the last few games in 2017. 2022 was shaky December where they didn't clinch the East until the last game. Shit, they fell off the wagon for real in the last year. Remember, they sputtered into the playoffs. And then they just said, fuck it, we ain't even going to show up against Tampa. And we saw how that ended. They didn't even try to tackle niggas. But yeah, man, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, share this with people, share it on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that good shit, man. Hope everyone drives safe back to wherever they going for Christmas, all that stuff. Spending time with your families. We out, man. Y'all have the best rest of your day.